I would hope so, but I mean, they could go DP off lane,
Hmm.
TA mid, and pick another carry. Like that's not out of the realm of possibility here. I hope they don't do that. I do feel like you'd be losing a lot of momentum. However, whereas last game I was like, PL will have a tough time. Here it's much easier for TA to carry the game. You got good support staff, you got DP, you got insane tower damage. Last game they were able to get a team wipe. They go to the enemy base and they start tickling the towers, and you're like, well, this is not gonna work. So Execration, just a better draft all around. Yeah, like everything that they have. For SMG, what are you gonna go with? A mid? Might want to go with a carry. You're kind of be like, it's a Death Prophet mid, TA mid. It's very open. You might just go for a carry that you like. Maybe something melee that can benefit from the empower.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind a PA, but guess what? Winter Wyvern's a problem. So, I was wondering if they were gonna go for something melee. Instead, they go with the Clinks. But now, SMG definitely needs a mid laner who can, like a Kunkka, just
Yeah.
someone to start fights, because you can't be the Magnus, Snap, or the Bane who's in front.
And how do you actually feel about this Clinks? I'm not really a fan of the hero itself. It's still going to take time to get through the TA's refraction charges as well in the fights.
That's I mean, Clinks has received a lot of that. I think we talked about the Burning Barrage buff.
Yeah.
Has been huge for the hero, and since then, I don't think that there's any hero who can output the same amount of damage in like the 2 seconds that Clinks can. Like I've seen, he just comes out of nowhere. Gleipnir melts 3 heroes. It's insane amounts of damage. I don't like the how kind of fragile the hero is and the fact that he only does damage. But with the Gleipnir build, it's not too bad. I don't dislike the hero. I'm no Robbnroll. I think he's okay.
Yeah, I'm a hater. I've got to admit, I'm a Clinks hater. I think, even with the amount of health that he can get through his ultimate, if you get on top of him, you get the reveal off, you just blow him up, and he doesn't really have an impact for me. And I just don't like the hero. Maybe it's because, flashback to pubs when he was like at his peak, and I'm just like, I never want to see this hero ever again. It kind of manifests into this hero is no good now. But yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of the Clinks, to be honest.
That's fair. I mean, there are a few, like, for me, it's Enchantress and Nyx Assassin are heroes where I just don't like. Another hero that I don't like, but I don't think is weak, is Mirana, because I was checking, like, my Dota buff, and across the 10,000 games or something, my lowest win rate against all heroes is Mirana, which is something like 38% win rate against the hero. I absolutely despise playing against Mirana. So that's another hero that when I see them, I'm like, Mirana again. In the meantime, though, they believe that it's going to be a mid-death Prophet carry TA because they banned the Darkseer on SMG, whereas Execration, they banned the Storm Spirit here. Let's see. Viper's in the pool, but Viper definitely received a bit of nerfs with the slow. I don't think that makes too much of a difference if you play it mid, but as a off lane, it's kind of annoying. And Pangular gets removed as well. Execration, they realize they're like, okay, Moon was too good. Let's get rid of that hero.
Yeah, and they just take it out of the pool. So what are we looking at here? SMG. Would you ever consider playing the Magnus in the mid lane and then picking up something like an off lane Venomancer here against the Templar Assassin?
The Veno pick would be good. Like, I like the Veno or Viper. You put them in the off lane, but then Magnus's RP becomes just a non-factor for the rest. No, that's not a factor, but you generally want someone else to be in front giving you vision.
Yeah.
And Snapfire and Bane, if particularly the Bane, like if Bane gets burst first in the fight, like that carrier is not tanky enough to really give you enough information, nor is he's got too much value. A good Fiend Strip can win the game for you, so you don't want to throw it that way. You want to throw a position 5 like an Abaddon or an Undying in the front. I want Kunkka to come out for either team, but it gets banned. So yeah, I don't think that Bane is it has to be something else for SMG. It has to be something who can go to the front. Oh, Primal Beast! That's Tino's like signature hero this patch. I love it. I feel like they also need a bit of initiation. They not as much. They have the ES and the Death Prophet, but wow, now SMG, they've got to respond with something like a Dragon Knight, something like that. No, there's no Kunkka. They could put Magnus mid and take some sort of Mars offlane, something like that for themselves, but SMG, I don't think they can go with a range here like a Zeus. You need something else. You need something very burly in the front line.
And yeah, I mean, SMG took out the Kunkka themselves, like you say. So,
Timbersaw? Oh, they go Mars. Okay, Mars. Yeah, there you go. Okay, I like this. I mean, I felt that they needed something like this. They go for the Mars for the Moon. It's a bit unconventional to see Mars mid, not the standard position, but well worth it.
It does still give you the extra vision, because Moon's probably still going to be the one that goes in for the Blink Dagger, sets up with the Arena. Your mid one can get that drag back. I mean, vice versa as well. If you get a really good RP into the Arena coming up from Mars, or if Mars sets up for Arena, your mid one's going to have then a smaller target to need to hit for Execration to be grouped up for that RP. So, it's two good initiations.
Yeah.
Multiple kisses as well. Good setup for those inside the Arena or inside even inside the Fiend's Grip, really, coming out from Bane. And I'm just thinking, looking at this, okay, I kind of went against Execration in that last game, saying that they've not really been performing. I like the lineup better. I think I'm just going to have to say Execration this match. I just think there's a little bit more damage coming out from them. There's a little bit more... not jump potentially, but the Primal Beast, being able to get on top of the Clinks with just being able to pulverize them, the Winter's Curse coming out to save when the RP or the Arena does come through. I don't know. I'm feeling this Execration draft.
All right. Well, I think the Execration draft is definitely better than game one. Like, I feel like you bring a lot more oomph, if that's oomph here.
Yeah,
you bring a lot more oomph to
the
oomph a lot harder in this game. On Execration draft, thanks to the supports. I love this Tino Primal Beast. He always performs really well with it. And I thought Bob did really well on the DP until the BKB came out. Then, still, SMG's team fight is insane. All you have to do is land either the Magnus RP or the Arena, and then Clinks by himself cleans house. Because of that, I feel like SMG's draft is super easy to execute. And I'm going to go with SMG. I'm going to go with SMG in game 2 as well. And we'll see. We'll see how let the chips fall as the cookie crumbles, right? That's the saying? Is that how it goes?
Yes, that's not mixing metaphors at all.
Yes. So SMG, all in on SMG. I think that their team fight is just too strong. And they won't even need Clinks. Like, the fact that their damage is insane with the 4 that they have. And they got 3 guys who are relatively hard to kill. And Clinks, once he ulti, is pretty hard to kill. Pelosin with the Bane. I don't think Execration will have the same damage issues. Damage game 1, they had real damage issues. Here, like, TA can just burst people down. As tanky as they are, she can still burst them down pretty... Like, she can do it.
Yeah.
Whereas PL takes forever to get his damage out. I wouldn't be surprised if Execration take it, but go SMG in this one.
Oh, look at this as well. Palos. He doesn't start with any refraction charges. He doesn't start with the extra damage, the extra range coming up from the side blades. He's going to go straight for the meld.
Oh, just to get the ruin, I guess. Yeah, if you're SMG, you walk in, you're like, there's no one there. But Afu, I believe if you walk next to him, there's a chance that he's there. Like, you feel like there's a body in the way blocking you. So we'll see if SMG goes for it. Mid one, he's here. He's got the shockwave. Will he throw it out? Oh man, this is like the end of the episode. Oh, there you go. He does throw it.
To get the drag back. Yeah, there was 4 heroes hanging around though from Execration. So mid one, he does get that drag back. Pylos could go in for another meld just for the right click damage if he wants to, but mid one's just going to move himself away. Meanwhile, on the River Shanks, he's going to be able to pick up. So it's going to be a 2 for 2, I do believe. Yeah.
So a lot of shenanigans that really didn't make a difference in the end.
Everyone was having fun.
And they do, but SMG does start off with an Observer D ward, which gives Afu quite a bit of EXP. Almost about a quarter to the way. 20% of the way to level 2. So that could make a difference. If you reach level 2 around the same time as the Magnus, you throw the cookie, you catch 1, could be first blood for your side.
Yeah, and we did see that this lane was quite powerful in that last game. Palos, he just wants to carry on coming in with the meld here as well, and Abeng putting out with the Arctic Burn, just putting damage onto mid one. Afu being forced back now as well, but Afu, he can turn this one around. When the Arctic Burn wears off into the Winter Wyvern, he's only going to be sitting with 46 right click damage, and Afu can just put out the Scatter Blasts to point blank onto Abeng, and Abeng, the cooldown on this, on the Arctic Burn, is so much higher to Afu. He can just put out so much harass.
I mean, remember it used to be 50 seconds at level 1? It's like 50, 40, 30, 20. It's like, oh my god, that was when it was a little bit brutal. But yeah, it's not much attack range on the Winter Wyvern when you don't have your flying. It's like, what, 425? So you're always going to get that nice scat blast right into the hero's face. And in general, I feel like bottom lane should be kind of... If there's going to be a kill, it's going to be in favor of SMG. You know, I don't feel like Winter Wyvern and TA are going to be able to get kills on Magnus or Snapfire.
Yeah, and at level 1 as well, a little bit harder for Palos. He does go for the side blades at level 2, but it was a little bit harder for Palos to come in for the last hits because it just meant point blank without that extra little bit of range coming up from the side blades. You were being harassed out by mid one anytime you came forward as well. Even if it's just a right click hero though, you know, that does start to add up. And it gets a little bit harder, but Palos should be back on track now. No refraction charges, so he still can take some harass. He's not going to have the extra attack damage coming up from those refraction charges as well until level 3. But at the minute, he doesn't look like he's being super contested.
Yeah, he's doing all right. But Magnus, you know, it's a melee hero with... It doesn't have actually any points in power with a shockwave level 1. Looks like they're doing some damage to Palos, but... Surprisingly, mid one's really saving that level 2 skill point and not putting it either in the Empower to get more CS or the Skewer because they're not close to the tower. So it's kind of wasting your level 2 skill point, if that makes any sense, but because you're not using it. I imagine once he goes level 3, he's going to go 1-1-1 on mid 1. Oh.
Palos going to be taking a lot of damage. The Splinter Blast doesn't actually connect onto Afu, no, mid one, and Afu just moves himself into the trees. Watching as well the other lanes, I mean, everybody's getting so low. The first blood could come literally anywhere here at the minute, and just watching the top lane, there was a really nice rolling ball there from Shanks onto Paulson, and then the follow-up coming out from the trample on Tino. And Paulson got himself out, and I think it was about 16 health in the top lane. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Moon, he has to come in close to last hit, which means he's going to be vulnerable here to the Spirit Siphons, being chased away from Bob when he went for that top water rune, and it just put him in a really bad position, had to hide himself away. So Execration, 2 out of the 3 lanes seem to be first blood potential here for them, and then this bottom lane, the cookie comes out now as well. The skewer underneath the tier 1 tower, this should be the first blood. Yeah, the drag back from the shockwave as well. Abeng, he's going to go down, the tower gets the last hit. Tino on the top lane, can they go into Paulson now as well? Does he get the kill onto CDR?
But still, I mean, at least you got the first blood on your side for SMG, but losing your carry, definitely not going to feel good, so it's going to be an even trade overall for the 2 sides. And top lane, though, this Tino Earth Spirit combination here with the Primal Beast, that's pretty hard to chew through. You know, that is not going to be an easy thing for those 2 to kill. Meanwhile, you're talking about mid lane Bob versus Moon. With the Spirit Siphon now no longer being a percentage-based ability, just doing flat, it is better early game. You know, getting that 75 health at level 3 is pretty insane. Right now it's only 50, but that is a huge amount of Spirit Siphon you can get off.
Yeah.
Oh, Moon?
Bob? Moon's going to be able to get himself to the water in there as well. He's just guarding. He's using the full bottle, so he knows he's not going to be contested here from Bob. He can get a free water in out of that, so makes the full use of the bottle there. And Bob just says, okay, well, I'll just take your life from the Spirit Siphon, then I don't need a water in.
It'll be interesting to see how Execration... I want to see how they adjust this game, you know. Game 1, they must have felt like it was a bit too slow, and definitely when you have Earth Spirit, that's a hero that can speed the games up significantly. Top lane, Pelosi taking a bit of damage here, but should be generally fine. Shanks, that's a lot of harass. That might be his life, actually.
He doesn't have a roll away. He doesn't have the mana for it. Another Nightmare. He's trying to toggle it through now as well. But CDR, he's waiting to get this right-click. Shanks with a rolling ball that goes the other way. But it's still going to be the death. Yeah, the right-click connects. And Tino, though, gets immediate revenge. Paulson goes down first. Even going to go with the charge now as well into the trample. Do they have the reveal? Sentry, do you have a rough idea where it's going here? But CDR was able to break the vision. And Tino not able to claim that skill onto CDR here.
Huge amount of damage in the opening, but that's not enough. And again, if you're Execration, okay. Oh, they trade another trade bottom here. Bing for Palos. SMG kind of enjoying all these lanes right now.
And mid one can't go back to the creep wave because there is going to be this Splinter Blast to come through the Cold Embrace. Mid one trying to do what he can around here. Does he have any skills? He's going to be able to get the skewer back now as well. But
Shockwave in 3.
He's walking back to the creeps. The Shockwave, is he going to be enough to get the kill? It's 2 points into it, but he uses his wand, uses his stick to keep him alive. The Splinter Blast doesn't connect, and now Palos is going to be able to TP in. And this is going to be where they have the advantage because the TP from the support here from Afu was into the mid lane to help refill the bottle for Mars. And Moon just means that they're going to have a free 2v1 for a little bit on this bottom lane, which protects out the Winter Wyvern.
And looks unlucky for Moon, gets the invis room, but he goes back to mid, so they spot out on the enemy side. They know that he has a invis rune if he wants to use it. I wonder if he would have considered going bottom, but it doesn't matter in the end. Abin gets both bounty ruins, by the way, in his neutral camp, neutral jungle.
Yeah.
So he'll be very happy with that. 3 for 3 right now. No one really taking a sizable advantage. Even the laning very even across the board.
Oh, the disarm. Oh, from the neutral creep. That's such a pain in the ass thing for the neutrals to be able to do at the minute.
I don't understand what that's thing. Mid lane though, Bob. He's in the arena, but he's got a Spirit Siphon. And it looks like just ulti for ulti. Not much being expanded here. I mean, sorry, not much like gained by this ultimate usage.
But if you're Moon, you're way happier, right, to use your ultimate for an Exorcism? Because the Exorcism, a longer cooldown, it's obviously not doing any tower damage. Oh, the Nightmare comes out now as well. Abeng's going to be close. Afu, does he want to try and throw the cookie and get an engage on? Yeah, this Exorcism did barely anything to the tower, it looks like. Even Moon going to be able to survive. High five. Just a bit of politeness between the teams. You got to be polite. Always be polite.
Oh, for sure. That's what these two teams are known for, politeness. You know? They're such well-mannered teams. CDR taking a lot of damage, but again, he's just gonna be fine. Tino is doing a good job of making sure he doesn't get feeling. He does have the lowest CS on the map on CDR, so he is feeling this pressure. And yeah, you're definitely okay trading the arena for the Exorcism. Like I'm not saying Execration is completely on a timer, but among the two teams, I would say their late game is slightly weaker at the very least. And being able to delay their tower push helps a lot for SMG's side.
Would you, I mean, we've seen a couple of times now Tino's on top. Oh, yes. Yeah, so I was going to say, do you think he'd pick up a Dust, bring that in? Because he is getting aggressive up against CDR. You know, it's been a couple of times where he's just not had the reveal. So yeah, he's going to be bringing in that Dust. So it looks like his objective. The farm that he's getting in the minute is going to be a bonus. You know, he wants that Vanguard to come out probably into it. Because he's not gone for any braces. I only just noticed that. Usually you see the 1 or 2 braces for the Primal Beast in the offlane straight into the Soaring BKB. But he wants that Vanguard first. Why does he want the Vanguard over the braces?
I mean, it gives you a good amount of HP and blocks a lot of Clinks' damage. I usually see Tino going for a hood as well. Like, he just loves that damage mitigation because Primal Beast, you get, 4.3 strength. You don't really need more health because you get so much naturally. But getting, like, more armor and more defenses helps you a lot. And, I mean, it sounds crazy, but if you get a Crimson Guard, you can really help your team against the Clinks' damage. Like, that is basically all of SMG's physical damage will be the Clinks. And if you have a Crimson Guard, you can really neuter him when he throws out the Burning Barrage. I don't think he will. Like, I think nobody gets Crimson Guard, but if Tino does get that game, I feel like it's decent in this game particularly. Oh well, Pelosin, he is hanging around. Looks like the top tower is getting pressured pretty hard, and Pelosi's just going to TP away. They want to pressure bottom instead. They're like, you know what, we're not going to defend top, might as well do something here.
Yeah, Palos.
Palos.
He has his traps down, Palos, but he's got to be really careful. Moon has that jump potential. He's going to walk forward. He walks himself to the arena. There's going to be the TPs though. Tino, he's going to be blocked by the arena. Can't get in. So there's no pulverizer well for the Primal Beast just yet. He's trying to close that gap as quickly as possible. Shanks, he goes for a rolling ball. They're not going to be able to connect. Moon, do they have anything to slow him down? Where's that trap? It's going to be up in 3 seconds, but it looks like they might disengage. The spear comes up. Primal Beast still not going to be able to get that pulverize off. And even if he did, Paulson's down here now as well. So he would be able to get the Nightmare off to stop this. Through level 5. So there's no more Ultimate Kisses coming out just yet. Shanks, did he want to turn around? He's got that rolling ball. The 4 heroes down here. Oh, 3. Okay, Palos TP'd himself away.
Oh, Bob is showing up here with the exorcism is ready, and she's gonna be able to go for more. Tino rushes in. Can he catch her?
He gets
Catches
the
Moon.
pulverize off. Yeah, the exorcism is going to be popped now as well. Moon spear to the tree though, and Death Prophet's going to be locked down. Not getting the full benefit coming out from that exorcism. Tino, he just says he's going to be going for that bounty rune now as well. Can't stop the TP coming out from Moon, and mid one just gets that skewer away back towards his tier 1 tower. There's Paulson in the trees. It looks like Bob, does he want to carry on going here? He's going to be able to see him now as well. No silence coming out from the Death Prophet just yet. Rolling Boulder behind underneath the tier 1 tower. And Shanks, he's going to be taking some tower shots. Nightmare again, going to be toggled off by Abeng. But again, it comes through for Tino. And Tino, RP gets used to lock down a mid one. Trying to get himself away. The Splinter Blast won't connect. The urn not going to be enough damage as Magnus goes back towards that mechanism to keep himself alive.
Dude, like, what were they fighting for? 2 minutes? And in the end, the only person who died was a position 5 Bane? Like that.
Yeah.
We saw EXO come out, RP, Arena, an Onslaught, no, sorry, a Pulverize. And in the end, just like, oh, that's all we got. We got a Bane. I think top tower fell before that as well, but very interesting. Tino, he's going for CDR.
Does he have the reveal?
He spots it.
He does, but he misses, yeah.
And misses the Onslaught and isn't able to go for the kill. And looks like if you're CDR, you're going to be feeling pretty okay with that. The whole time, though, Palos has been... He's just been farming up a storm, almost 1,000 ahead of CDR.
How's he looking in terms of... So he doesn't even really need to be going for that Blink Dagger to engage as well, because he does have the Primal Beast. He has the roll in from the Earth Spirit. Ooh. What are they going to be able to do here, Paulson? Do they have enough damage to get the kill? He goes for the sleep, but he's still going to be taken down. Shanks gets it with the Magnetize.
Well, Bob doesn't have an EXO, though, so still... you're not going to be able to really threaten this tower unless you bring more numbers. Moon does have the Arena if he wants to use it, but unlikely he's going to be able to really catch someone with this. Execration playing this better than game 1. You know, it does feel like a lot of times SMG is playing a bit defensive. When they try to push, the Execration just might bring a lot of people. Bang, spots mid 1, but what are they going to go for? Looks like they're just going to go for Afu here.
Yeah,
nice, safe, secure kill.
Down. Spirit Siphon coming out now as well. Afu tries to go for the cookie, gets cut short. And yeah, good kill there for Bob.
Just overall execration dictating the pace of the game. Despite everything, it's actually 70% chance victory for SMG right now, according to the graph. So, and that team fight potential from SMG, once it's online, once you got the damage coming out from CDR, it is very worrisome. CDR's already got the Maelstrom. Gonna go for the Dragon Lance, might go for the Glipnir after. Then when he joins fights, it's very worrisome. So, it's still relatively fine for SMG, despite the kill advantage for Execration.
And you can take a look as well, Moon. Moon and Mid One, both big engagement tools here, and they're about the same amount of gold away for the Blink Dagger between the two of them. Meanwhile, Execration, they have that engage built in. You know, they have, like say, the Onslaught coming through into the trample. Tino going to show it off in this top lane now as well. The Pulverize comes out as well, and they're going to be able to get themselves on top. And I don't think Afu, doesn't survive through that. The TP going to be cancelled here from the Mars as well. And this is what you're talking about. The Rolling Boulder comes in, the Onslaught comes in from Tino. They can walk in, you know, they've got the Winter's Curse. So right from the get-go, Execration have some really good engage, and Team SMG just kind of, they are slowly catching up, but they still have to catch up.
Yeah, it's when you have less mobility on your squad, your team is buying Blink Daggers, the enemy team is just buying stats. And Tino rushes in. That's gonna be probably a dead Pelosin, but looks like it might be a big problem for Tino.
Tino is going to be taking the damage from the Mortimer Kisses now as well. Can't get himself out of the arena. Afu does get the kill with the last Mortimer Kiss. So you're trading off. That was a buyback for the Bane though. So yeah, okay, you lose your Primal Beast, but forcing out a buyback, that's going to be some good quality. And now Clinks as well. He's going to be revealed. He's going to be locked down. He's going to be killed off.
They also were able to get the tower in the mid lane, so everything looking good for Execration, along with that core kill that they just got. Losing Tino, you're going to be very happy with that. Meanwhile, Afu might be losing his life as well. Yes, he does that rock last second, and looks like, well, Moon's in trouble now.
Yeah, Moon, I mean, the Magnetize is going to be dropped. Shanks just backs himself away, and Palos didn't want to go for the chase there either. So he's not too far away from the full Desolator as well. What's that going to be, like another creep wave? Maybe, 85 gold. So he goes for a neutral cramp now. He's going to be able to pick that up and bring it out onto him. And that's going to be a really good potential for a rush. Setting up with the minus armor coming through, you've got the damage there as well. You're going to have, how long away is the exorcism? 78 seconds. So maybe you wait till that's back up and then fight around the Roche pit, right? Maybe?
Maybe. I mean, I'm still looking at SMG's like ultimates and being a bit worried. But if RP is down, it's not enough. Arena's still a problem. By the way, Tino went for the magic resistance during trample, so he is gonna go at least have some way to mitigate some of the magic damage. Because just now the Mortimer's Kisses, I was like, man, this guy's tanky, but these gobs hurt. And looks like he's thinking the same. He's like, you know what? Yeah, I should get something to help me against that. SMG, 4-man smoke. RP's up, Arena's up, everything's up. Mortimer's Kiss is up into about 10 seconds. And we'll see if they can find someone here. Meanwhile, Execration just going top lane. Still no EXO for a while, though.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They find a nice ward here. And looks like Execration, they decide to smoke as well.
Yeah, I mean, they had the blink. Bob was in the lane trying to push it out, but Moon... Oh, he's got a haste rune now as well. This is going to be really nice, but he does push this mid lane back. So they're going to know roughly where the Mars is. Everybody else smokes it, but they're split up. SMG is split here. They've got 2 heroes bottom, they've got 1 hero top, and then 2 between the mid lane and the top lane. And this could be a really good engage if they can catch it out now as well. They're going to be able to get the roll onto the Bane. Paulson, they're going to be able to get the silence now as well. Bob chasing onto Afu. RP on the backlines, but it's only going to be onto the Earth Spirit. And the Cold Embrace comes out. There's going to be the Winter's Curse, but it's only going to be Paulson putting the damage out. Splinter Blast now as well. But that's going to be the RP from mid one. Didn't really catch anyone out. The Arena comes through, catches it onto 3. A little bit better, but Bob on the backline. Spirit Siphon now as well. And mid one's going to be forced back. Multiple kisses start to be dropped, but the Arena's going to be fading away. And everybody can move away from the impact zone. Moon tries to come back in. Abang's going to get pretty darn low, but he does have that Cold Embrace in the next couple of seconds. Spear comes out onto the Templar Assassin. Though the backlines to travel, the onslaught comes through. They're going to be able to take down Afu. Afu's just gone. And now CDR in the middle of this was that reveal to get the rolling boulder in. Going to be able to pop the dust and pop the hero too, though.
That was a bit of an awkward situation. All props to Execration. They are playing these fights really well.
Oh, it might not be over just yet. Mid one, he gets a really nice skewer back onto 2, but there's going to be the Spirit Siphon now as well. Even the Earth Spirit doesn't die just yet. Splinter Blast comes in. Mid one's getting really down low. It's going to be finished off by Bob, and now Moon. Can they do anything to cut him off? Or is that rolling boulder? It might connect her onto Moon, so there's going to be the stun into the Pulverize, into the death of the Mars.
What was that? A team wipe and more, right? Like, they got so much from that fight. Execration. The way they're playing with their mobility, the way they're like making sure teams are absorbing damage. They got Bob as well on the front line. Like, they have been... SMG has the better team fight lineup, but they're not able to land their spells because they're just doing a really good job separating them. You know, you got 2 high mobility heroes. You got the Death Prophet as well, Winter Wyvern when they fly. These guys aren't the easiest to... I don't want to say the hardest to catch, but they're not the easiest to catch. And all that adds up to Execration taking a humongous fight on their side. Yeah, it is a team wipe. You know, they just killed everyone. It took them a while to do so, but they did. And that was SMG with all their ultimates. What was it? RP on Shanks alone? That didn't work. Then they got a decent Arena on 3, but CDR is not in place to do damage. He's going to go for Skadi on Clinks. I don't think that's a bad item, but I imagine he wanted to go for Gleipnir, you know, just go for more damage. All right, Bob.
Bob, the silence comes out as the Arena flies through there as well, so there's no spear. And Bob, he's going to be taking a lot of damage. Winter's Curse as well onto CDR, but the Pulverize, it comes through. Moon's going to be stunned as well. The Cookies, I think he'll be able to do enough damage to take down Bob. Bob will go down the backlines. Moon still going to be taking a lot of damage here now as well. It looks like Shanks might be the next one to fall. He rolling boulders back in. It's going to be a 3-man. Can they make it 4 with Tino being here? 4 heroes around, 5 heroes around, and they're going to be able to get the kill onto Afu here, though. Tino, he gets a little bit of a good kill before he goes down himself. Meanwhile, RP going to be used onto the Templar Assassin, the drag back as well. Did he get the kill? I think he got the kill onto the Bane as well. Paulson on the back line for Palos. It will mean it costs him his life here. Blink dagger in 1 second, actually. He gets the blink! The shockwave comes out just a second too low, but mid one's going to be able to blink himself, catch himself up now as well. The spear off the mark. Palos, how's the movement speed? 350 to 350. So now the skewer comes forward and Palos refraction charges. This is going to be long enough that the Earth Spirit's going to be able to TP in. Winter Wyvern as well if you want to go for this, but Palos does go down eventually.
And it just swings the other way. Just when we were praising Execration for the way they were able to handle that fight, but to be fair, they were a bit more split up in that situation. Yeah. So SMG was like, all right, we'll just be able to take the kills we need and move on with our lives. Overall, though, the game is very much, I won't say the standstill, but neither team's really doing like pushing there to get an advantage. Roshan's still standing, tier 2 for SMG in the mid lane, and bottom standing as well. One thing that Execration should feel pretty good about is that so far they've only lost 1 tower. So SMG, when they try to fight, there's usually going to be backup showing
arena.
up.
They get it onto the Earth Spirit, but again, the Call Embrace comes out. This is going to be an arena just for the Earth Spirit. Winter's Curse is going to be used. It locks down onto mid one now as well. Exorcism comes in. Where's the damage going to come from here from SMG? Do they want to drag CDR into this fight? Mid one, they get the kill onto the Magnus. They can go even further if they want to. Mars going to be chased down. Palos, he tries to go for the right click, but the blink away here from Moon, so he disconnects from that right click.
CDR's on the way though. CDR's like, do I go in? Do I not go in? And this could be Roche here for Execration.
Yeah, I mean, they have no RP. It's going to be down for the next 19 seconds.
Oh, Shanks.
It's about the time of the respawn, but Shanks, he gets cleaned up. Bane, he has that Fiend's Grip coming up in the next 4 seconds as well. If SMG get themselves into this, the arena's not going to be there, but a good control coming out from the Nightmare into the Fiend's Grip, you know, they could clean this up, and you can see Execration. Yeah, they don't want to overcommit. The Roshan is down to about half health, but they don't want to give up any kills here. They don't want to be giving up an objective with the Exorcism being down, with the Winter's Curse being down for the next 34 seconds. This is going to be a hard one to fight back into because the RP's back up, the arena's back up in 20 seconds. You know, you've got CDR, he's sticking around, he's dropping the skeletons. They want to fight into this. The Cookie to set up onto Roche. The trap's up now as well, so Execration know this is going on. But the Primal Beast, he's not here. He has to TP himself up if he wants to get involved in this, and he's going to be seen underneath a ward as well, so they know they have the advantage. They know that they can wait for this TP in from the Primal Beast and do what damage he can to Roche while this is going on. The backline jump, the skewer back, they're going to be able to catch up to the Death Prophet. Death Prophet pops up BKB, going to be able to get the silence as well. So no arena. But the rolling boulder comes through Shanks. Who does he connect on to Moon? And he might be able to get him off before he gets the arena. The silence once again. And he doesn't have that BKB. Winter's Curse on the backlines. Really big onto that. They take down Paulus and RP going to be used onto 3. With this arena being up now as well, they might be able to turn this one around. The Burning Barrage comes through. Tino with his BKB trying to walk himself. He's the lone survivor. Has that onslaught. Is he going to be able to get himself away from this? Was the jump in? Mid one has that blink. Do they want to try and close that gap? Skewer. BKB's wearing off for Tino. And Tino, he has to run himself away.
Dude, I don't know what was the most amazing part of that fight. The 4-man Winter's Curse, the 4-man RP, or the 4-man Cookie. Like, what was that? And in the end, SMG takes the fight because, again, their overwhelming team fight, it's massive. In the end, they also are able to get the Aegis on CDR, but really good Winter's Curse by Abeng. And fortunately, like, right after, they just throw a great RP and they just get all the Cookie after. Oh, man, SMG. This is what the strong team fight gives you. You know, even when you're a little bit behind, even if you don't execute everything perfectly, you just have to land 1 or 2 good spells, and that's it. You're fine. All right, they have vision here. As Midland gonna go try and skewer one back. Looks like he's thinking about it. He's got enough gold, by the way, to buy the shard if he wants to go for it. Saving quite a bit of gold in this game.
Do you think he? Yeah, no, the horn toss would be nice. You know, just you know to after the skewer. Yeah, and this ward as well, paying off. They were hunting onto the Primal Beast. They just didn't group up in time. You know, the Paulson was falling up onto mid one, and he just didn't feel safe because he wasn't sure where everyone else was. But now, they're going to be able to get the lockdown onto Abeng. Abeng using the Call Embrace. It's not going to keep him alive. He just gets pushed right back into the path of Afu here now as well, and mid one cleans up the kill.
Afu, by the way, already has the Vlads. He's not going for Wraithback. He's going for BKB again. He did this in game 1, but game 1 you're up against Nyx Assassin. Game 2, I mean, you're up against. I mean, I don't know if that's worth it. I feel like you have a Wraithback would be pretty good for him, but up to him, Pelosin just trying to get the Ghost Scepter. Very poor this game. Less than 3,000 gold net worth.
It feels bad. You know, he's playing that classic position 6.
Plus it's Bane, which is a hero that has trouble farming.
Yeah.
You know, it's like either you survive in the fight or you just get like in T5. If you die, you just get nothing. He has no farming mechanic at all. Meanwhile, what do we have? Oh, it's Whoever's actually got the Blink Dagger. I'm not quite sure when Abeng picked it up, but that is a big deal. You know, an RP comes out, they group up, suddenly you just show up with your Blink, catch them, ulti, and you can just turn the fight around.
No, I mean, Execration, do they want to group up for a rotation? Because Bob's going to be TPing into the top tier 3. Yeah, they want to make something happen, even through the Aegis. Afu gets seen by the trap. Is there going to be any follow-up now as well? Afu with the Cookie trying to get himself away. Really nice. Was that the Nightmare going to be used there? It was to try and keep Afu alive, but it's not going to be enough. And now they've got the silence onto the Bane. The Bane does get locked down. The trample coming over the top. And it looks like the Pulverize. Yeah, they don't want to risk a Fiend's Grip coming out. So they do get a kill into the bow supports. But the backlines, the jump, the burner barrage, the arena, the RP. They clean up again, and they take down Palos. Mid one's going to get burnt down, but does he survive through this? He doesn't. Aegis has been popped. They can go for a little bit more if they want to, but the Clinks, it looks like he wants to sit the right click, so it's going to be a really nice Winter's Curse, but it's not going to be enough because it's going to be onto Moon. He's a really big tanky boy. The onslaught between two of them now as well. Trample, trying to take down CDR. CDR will fall. Moon, what can they do? The Fiend's Grip's going to be used. It's going to be the Earth Spirit missing the rolling boulder here as Tino, he wants to carry on going. He's got that pulverized, but they're going to be able to get the kill here. Paulson onto Abeng, and now it's going to be Tino up against two. Do they have the control? Was that Nightmare? It's not going to be there. So the pulverize comes out, but he's going to be forced back. The spear, it stops the trample. It keeps Moon alive, and now the Nightmare. SMG, they can retreat if they want to. Moon with the TP away. Paulson just going to walk himself out. No TP there for him, but he does have the pig pole if he wants to go a wee bit faster.
A small mistake happened by Shanks just now. When they got the Winter's Curse off on Moon, he actually rolled into CDR, stunning him. And that was the only person who could actually damage Moon. So the guy who's next to the Winter's Curse target doesn't do anything. Pelosin might be losing his life here. BKB is actually used by Palos. That's the first BKB usage as to secure the kill on Bane. I guess that's okay. I mean, that is the Bane dieback, but you're not gonna be fight. You're not gonna be able to take advantage of the long death timer because I don't think they're gonna be fighting again. Interesting move just now.
Yeah, look at this as well. RP up in 27 seconds. Arena's back up now as well. Clinks, we've not really spoke about his items. He did get the Skadi going back towards the BKB after the Maelstrom, the Dragonlance. So he's putting out so much damage here now as well. And they can just group up. I think the Mortimer Kisses are up as well. Yeah, so if they can find a good lockdown into the arena for that, you don't even need the RP to put those out.
And by the way, Clink's level 20, whereas you look at Palos, he's still level 18, so he doesn't have that level 20 talent. And that makes a big deal. Like, CDR is getting that Burning Barrage plus 3 attacks. Oh.
Mid one, he waits in the middle of all of them. Where's he going to be blinking back to? He does get caught in the onslaught that the pulverize comes out. There's the arena Bob. He has to pop that BKB. CDR going to be taking a lot of damage. Mid one, does he want to be coming in? He's going to be that blink, but it's on cooldown. And CDR sitting in the middle of 4 heroes taking so much. But the RP, again, it catches onto 3 of them. The Mortimer Kisses start to fly. The Fiend's Grip's going to be there as well. They get the lockdown. Tino's out of mana. Dies. He has to run himself away. Palos on the backlines now as well. Mid one's going to be able to get himself in. The skewer into the lockdown from Mars and that spear. And they just clean up again. They lose the Clinks, but they take down so much more.
Yeah, this is what's happening, right? It's like Execration, they can fight, but SMG, they just have this insane team fight where it's like, oh, well, we can't really take them out. And they're doing a good job of not focusing Tino down. They look at him, they're like, he's got BKB, he's got Vanguard, he's got Dragon Scales, he's got 3,000 health. Yep. You know what we should do, guys? Let's just leave him alone. What's he really gonna do to us? Like, he's not that bad. We kill, I don't know, the Winter Wyvern who's got less than half his health. We kill the TA before she BKBs or something. And just bring these people down. They can do nothing against them.
Yeah, and Primal Beast, like you say, you ignore him. He's got him 600 mana. So he can throw his full spell thing, 3 times. And after that, it's like, okay, so that's going to be in the very early parts of the fights, and how long these fights are dragging on for. He just comes back as a right-click. Okay, he's going to have that uproar to come out. But yeah, like you say, he gets controlled by the Paulson when his BKB comes up by the Fiend's Grip. He gets locked down by an arena if he doesn't use the BKB into the spear. And they just ignore him then. They keep him locked down for a little bit of time, and then, like I say, just delete the rest of the team of Execration.
So, I mean, they've been doing that a really good job, right? Like, Tino's always the last person to either die or he just lives. They just don't kill him. They're like, we'll just kill everyone else. And it makes sense. I mean, his damage is not obscenely high that it's like, oh my god, we have to kill him. Nor is he like disruptive enough. He onslaughts in, he does the pulverize, and after that is just some decent but not life-threatening damage, and on a guy with high health. In the meantime, SMG looks like they're grouping up. They might consider the smoke here.
Well, all the ultimates are back up, apart from the Clinks, who's just used his 40-second cooldown on that. But again, if they get another good jump, Moon might be the bait. But if they get another good jump, it's going to be scouted. The Clinks, he sees 2 of them, he pings it out now as well. The Burning Barrage comes out. Tino, he pops up BKB early. There's going to be the silence onto the Clinks. The Clinks doesn't have that BKB that he wants to use just yet. Wants to be holding on to it. The arena comes through onto Shanks. So Shanks, he can't control this fight. Oh, Ultimate Kiss is going to fly through here onto Shanks as well. That Cold Embrace, it's not going to keep him alive. And CDR, does he want to hunt for more? They still have the RP. They still have the Fiend's Grip. They can carry on going here. Okay, Shanks is down. 39 seconds, no buyback. But if they can catch a good RP, You know, the Burn Barrage comes back up. They could clean up a couple more heroes here, SMG, but maybe just trying to fight and posture around the Roche pit.
I like what Moon does in that fight. He sees Shanks, realizes he's like, oh, he doesn't have a BKB, instantly throws up the arena, goes for the kill. So really, like, you know, shuts down Execration's team. It's not team fight, sorry, the aggression right then and there. Like, we don't have our position 4, we can't really do anything. Very fast Roshan, by the way, about 20 seconds. It's going to be up in 10 now. So SMG, if they scout this out, it could be a really big boon for them. They have the gem on Moon, so they already took away the traps coming out from Execration. So they won't know, they won't be wise to this. And they ping it out. Oh, Pelosi walks in just as it respawns. How Gabeman smiles upon thee, you know, sometimes like, yeah, well, you've been a good boy, Pelosi. Here's an early Christmas gift for you. CDR, just gonna go straight for it.
Yeah, CDR in the pit, and again, Tino is down in this bottom lane. So if he wants to react, he does have a TP, but he'd have to come into the tier 2. And you can see them grouping up here, but they're grouping up on the wrong side of the map. Execration, they might go for a smoke, but while this is going on, Roche, it's almost done.
By the way, we almost have Refresher Orb on mid 1, so double RP is going to be coming out very soon. He gets a free shard. He's going to get the Refresher Orb in less than 100 gold. Alright, Execution, they smoke up. This is kind of desperate, though.
Yeah, right after Roche has been taken, you can see they just backed themselves away from Team SMG, maybe looking for a pick-off. Moon will show. But with the rest of the Team SMG missing, what can you actually really risk for this? In fact, the Horn Toss into the skewer. Pylos has to pop that BKB. He's still going to be dragged back. All the damage coming through. Scatterblast into that little Shredder. It does so much damage. And now the Pulverize into the Onslaught Pulverize. It's not going to be enough. And Paulson, he still survives through this. They might even go for more of this as well, because Tino, his BKB's wearing off. Whereas that Spear, anything to keep him locked down. The arena into the Spear now is on Primal Beast. He's going to be taken care of. But the Winter's Curse! They take down Paulson, but it's still going to be Tino that falls. And now all that does is it puts Abeng in danger, even through the Cold Embrace, the damage of Burning Spear. Well, he's pushed away from that, but it's still going to be enough.
Afu, by the way, love the talent that he took at level 15. The 2 Shredder attacks. Usually people max out take the Fire Snap, but with 2 extra little Shredder attacks, you can just go through the refraction charges really fast just by yourself. I mean, and it adds up. Meanwhile, it was a good ultimate by Abeng, but it's not enough. And Execration feels like the same problem they had in game 1. You know, they had momentum early in the early game, they did decently, and then suddenly, you know, a couple of bad BKB usages, and the game just goes all the way on SMG side. There's always better team fight on SMG's draft, and it's showing itself here. Big one now has got 2 RPs. You thought 1 RP was tough. Imagine it the second one as well. I'm not sure if he has enough mana for it, actually, though. He's got... Well, no, he has barely enough. Barely enough. This is very tough to get that mana, though.
Yeah, if he uses... What's that? 700, so that's going to be 1,000. So if he uses literally nothing else, he can skewer. He can skewer, that's fine.
It's like, you're allowed 1 skewer, you know? Maybe if he has like a bunch of wand charges as well, that'll help. Yeah. He has 8 of them, so I imagine he's going to go for maybe Octarine Core. You know, just get a little bit more mana as well, and the cooldown's pretty nice. Meanwhile, though, Execration going for that smoke again. It just feels like they've been playing this whole game very awkwardly. Smoke breaks, gonna take a fight now. Yeah,
they're gonna be able to get the drag back here. Abeng up to the high ground. He's trying to use that Cold Embrace, but the Fiend's Grip comes out, so all those heals are gonna be negated. Mid one, he's just waiting around. He uses the RP, he catches out onto 2, 3 of them again, and it's gonna be onto Tino. It's gonna be onto Palos, and it's gonna be the death of Palos. Gonna be the death of Tino, and now they can go even further if they want to. Death Prophet, drag back with the skewer. They get the kill. Mega kill streak there for the Clinks. And again, only the Earth Spirit survives because he got the rolling boulder out. Picks up a couple of bounty runes, but I don't know how useful they're going to be because SMG, they want to go straight for the tier 4s.
Yeah, they're like, let's just end this game. They want to force out buybacks. There's 3 of them available. Mid one, he hasn't used the Refresher Orb, but he can if he wants to just to get that RP back up. And yeah, his brain is so big, as Bob says. SMG, they're like, well, what are you guys really going to do to us? Like, are you guys going to buy back? And look at that little Shredder really helping with them bringing down the tower. Alright, buyback comes out from DP. They still have Abeng coming out in a few seconds. Then one rolls in. Oh, TA buys back as well.
Yeah, but like you say, there is still that refresh into the RP if they want to use it. Shanks takes so much damage. The Winter's Curse as well. CDR, he just turns onto Bob. Look at the right-click damage out coming out onto Bob, and this is going to be through BKB. Abeng just gets deleted, and they can go even further if they want to. Moon, rolling boulders, so they might be able to take down the Mars. That's going to be the gem on the deck, and it looks like maybe Execration hold the tier 4s for now, as they do get the kill onto the Magnus as well.
Good
Pale.
smoke to keep Shanks alive. They do lose Moon as well as mid one. So their big burly cores are out. And looks like CDR might be losing his life fairly soon as well. Very low HP, but they do kill Palos instead. So SMG still fighting really well for themselves. Afu, cookies away, and my god, CDR kills Abing as well. That's a 2 diebacks. Afu, he's baiting. He's like, come on, chase me. But that's a triple kill for CDR. He's just gonna go and hit the throne. What are you really gonna do? Shanks versus the world? And it's like, nah. Shanks like, I'll tap out. GG, and it's gonna be SMG taking the series 2-0.
And CDR hung around though. You know, he was man moding because he had the Aegis. She was like, yeah, okay, strike me down. I come back more powerful than you can possibly imagine. You know, he would have been able to reset, and again, got the kill onto Palos. And he was just saying, everybody come at me. Pop this Aegis. I want you to come at me. And nobody was able to take him down even the once.
He's had a really good series, this Palos. Like, game 1 was, what, 18-1 on the Morphle or something like that? Sorry, no, just Morphle. But he just comes, look at this, 25-13 on the Clinks. Absolutely insane performance, and he was all their damage. Like, they really had to put their eggs in the CDR basket, and he delivered. Execration, it's, I don't know, man. This feels like there's something a bit odd going on with their draft. They really rely on this Bob Death Prophet, but not able to make it work. So a little unfortunate for them. They still have I believe, one match left to go, but SMG looking strong. Looking like they're definitely one of the teams making the upper bracket, along with Fnatic.
Yeah, and that is going to be it for this series, but we do have one final series to come. It's going to be TNT Predator versus Hokori. So we're going to be taking a quick 15-minute break, and then we'll get ourselves into the third and final 2-game series of the day. So stick around, guys, because, I mean, every game so far has been a cracker, and I wouldn't be surprised. TNT Predator is 2 great teams that are ready to put on a good show. So again, in about 15 minutes, we'll be back with that series. We'll see you then.
See ya.